And then up next, got a little side note here. So for you that are in the know, Melissa Higsby, Astor Boozer, Kim LaFleur, and myself, we're going to let Jeremy have this as his next speaker. So next, please join me in welcoming NACD's Chief Executive Officer, Jeremy Peters, to the stage to give his Chief Executive Officer report.
Who wants a pig? Here it comes, ready? Get it? All right. That was almost as good of a catch as some of those we saw last night in the Super Bowl. Almost. I think it hit the turf first. A little story on that. So last year, when of course there's a story, right? Last year we were in New Orleans, and several of us spent probably way too much time out on Canal Street, watching the parades and catching all the necklaces and trinkets that were coming off the floats. And one of the things that I was hoping to take home with me was a pig just like that. I forget which parade it was. You got me all flustered now, Michael. But yeah, we had a little too much fun with that pig one night in the bar, and unfortunately it met an untimely demise because we just had too much pig at that point. All right, I'm going to get back on track here. First things first, I got a little piece of business to take care of. Sam Casella, where are you? Where's Sam? Sam, right down front. Sam, stand up.
What did I do?
Stand up, Sam.
I'm sorry.
Everybody, we've got a birthday boy in the room today. Now, I'm not as good as the young lady that sang our national anthem, so I'm not going to try that, but I can sing happy birthday. So will you join me, please? Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you. Woo! And Sam, I only hope that I look half as good as you when I'm 25. Thank you all for that. So my name is Jeremy Peters. I'm NACD's Chief Executive Officer. First came on staff with NACD back in 2006, named CEO in 2015. And I just have to say what a great honor and pleasure it is to serve NACD, to serve you, such a great organization. Thank you for that opportunity. And I also want to extend some thanks to some other folks in the room. First, our leadership with the California Association of Resource Conservation Districts, Don Butts, Nancy Wall-Shurich, and Ann Baldridge. If you're in the room, please stand and be recognized. I also want to take an opportunity to recognize and thank NACD's leadership. We've got such a great officer team, executive board of directors. We can't do the work that we do at the national level without the partnership of our leaders and support. If you're an officer, if you're on the executive board, if you're on the big board, please stand and be recognized. And finally, our staff team. I don't get to thank our staff often enough. We're all across the country. Weeks like this is one of the few weeks when we get to be together as a staff team, spend time together, and just want to say thank you to everyone that serves on the staff. Everything that you're partaking in this week is because of their efforts, not only this week, but throughout the year. So let's, if you're on staff, please stand, and let's give our staff a big round of applause. So on Saturday night, several of us had the opportunity to make it out to visit the USS Midway. What an amazing craft and a historical treasure right here in the bay in San Diego. I was amazed to learn, we'd gone out to visit when we were back here in April when we did our pre-planning visit, but really didn't get to experience all of the information and just the amount of history that's there. I was amazed to learn that when the Midway was in operation, it held over 4,000 servicemen and women that supported its mission and its operation. Just imagine that, 4,000 people out at sea for weeks at a time, all of them having to work together to serve and to support the mission of that craft. Just an amazing thing to think about. And I've often heard people talk about organizations as aircraft carriers, that they're big, that they're hard to turn, that they don't respond to change easily because of institutional inertia and things like that. And I tend to disagree with that comparison because I think organizations have to be able to respond. They have to be able to be nimble and to be able to change course and evolve when opportunities present themselves. There's always the tendency to want to continue to do things the way we've always done them. And that inertia, we can't allow that inertia to keep our aircraft carrier in NACD from being able to turn and to be able to change course when we need to, whether to take advantage of an opportunity that's before us or to avoid challenges that we need to be able to avoid. We've got to be able to turn that ship. So as an organization, we have to be more nimble. We have to be looking at those ever-changing demands, the challenges, and opportunities. If NACD were an aircraft carrier, our flight deck would hold over 3,000 individual aircraft and 17,000 women and men that serve their communities and deploy every single day to support our operation conservation. As Chief Cosby just discussed, we've had such a historic opportunity to deliver conservation and make an impact in every community across the nation. This time in our conservation movement truly is an all-hands-on-deck moment where we have to deploy, we have to engage. A lot of us have been at this for a number of years, and I can't think of another time in history. These truly are, when we're looking back at this point in our history, we're going to be looking back on this as the good old days. You think about that for a minute. Just the amount of opportunity that we have, the amount of funding and resources, the amount of interest that people have, that the public has in conservation, in the environment around them, in taking care and stewarding our natural resources. We are living the good old days right now. So it's an all hands on deck moment, and we've got to deploy, we have to engage. Our engagement now is more important than ever. We have to respond with increasing climate impacts, intense wildfires, not just in California, all across the country, and Canada, and around the world. This past year, there were 2 or 3 months there where it seemed like every single day a different country was losing their forest resources to wildfire. Greater floods. We don't have to look any further than what was experienced here last week, and droughts all across the globe. And we certainly have to be able to do that with NACD, working in partnership with our national level partners and many others all across the country. We're doing that at NACD through our program opportunities like Climate Smart Commodities, our technical assistance grants, urban grants, Friends of NACD, education and outreach, and all of our great programs that we have before us. From fiscal year 2016 through 2023, we've delivered over $92 million in technical assistance in partnership with our states, our territories, and other organizations. And for fiscal year 2024 and over the next 3 years, we're going to be increasing that to $185 million. A lot of that through the Partnership for Climate Smart Commodities program and several of the others that I mentioned. We truly need all hands on deck. This is the moment. And we have to accomplish all these great things with greater emphasis on bringing new people into conservation. We have to challenge ourselves to get outside of our comfort zone, to find new ways to conduct outreach in our communities, and to bring forward the next generation of conservationists. And I know we are up to that challenge, and we'll get the job done. Understanding the needs of our communities and responding with action, that's the essence of locally led conservation. Last year, I had the opportunity to visit the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. I was out there with the Agriculture CEO Council, which NACD is a member of, and we had a retreat on the campus of the U.S. Naval Academy. I'd never been before. I've been to Annapolis several times. I'd never been to the U.S. Naval Academy. If you've never been, what a remarkable institution that prepares just such impressive leaders for tomorrow. And as part of that visit, we had the opportunity to tour the campus, to hear from a docent who was an alumni of the Naval Academy, and to learn about its rich history. And part of his presentation, he shared some quotes from some of their former superintendents. So as I begin to close, I want to leave you with words on leadership from former superintendent of the Naval Academy, Vice Admiral Sean Buck. Leadership development is our primary mission. It is our responsibility to graduate ensigns and second lieutenants who are capable of leading with courage, character, and compassion. Empathy is a job requirement. And if you cannot understand the perspective of those you lead, you'll have a hard time finding success in this organization. Thank you again for taking the time from your families, friends, and colleagues back home, for being with us this week in San Diego. It's truly a pleasure to have you with us. I look forward to the hallway conversations and getting to meet each of you while we're here together. Enjoy the rest of your national convention, and thank you.